The crypto market has started to flush out all of the nonsense that's been going around for the past few months. Solana is absolutely nuking, meme coins are down over 90%, and Bitcoin dominance continues to increase. In today's video, we'll be addressing these exact topics, but we'll more importantly be going over how you can extract value and profit from what is currently going on in the crypto market. If you enjoy the content, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Let's jump right into the video. It's always good to kick us off with Bitcoin. As we can see, literally nothing has been going on to the price action of Bitcoin. We're still stuck within this same range as the altcoin market, specifically Solana and its on-chain memes, continues to suffer. In regards to trading Bitcoin, I personally wouldn't be trading this price action because it's relatively uncertain where we could be headed next. We have that 100K resistance, but we also have support levels right around the 92K region. As I mentioned a couple weeks ago when Bitcoin was struggling to stay above $100,000, I have been favoring shorts in the market. But now that we are right between this range, I would play it relatively safe in terms of trading the Bitcoin price action. But that doesn't have to stop us from trading because I've been seeing a lot of profit in other opportunities, in particular shorting different altcoins. Let's take a look at some of the coins we've previously discussed. First of all, of course, we have the Libra token. I shared it on the channel a few videos ago, right around this level, 0.4, and we shorted it on weeks all the way down to 0.26, took significant profits, and I also adjusted my stop loss to the entry. And this is exactly why you want to do it, because as you can see, we exploded to the upside after seeing that initial drawdown of just around 40%. By the way, congratulations if you made profit on that trade, because 40% downwards movement with a little bit of leverage can be a lot of profit depending on how much size you're using. But as I was getting back to, basically you want to make sure that you adjust your stop loss, especially if you're well into the profit, because things like this can indeed happen. And while my main thesis is that this coin will certainly keep on tanking, there can always be these kinds of scam pumps. Speaking of the scam pump, the reason why this pump on the chart happened is because the president of Argentina, Javier Milei, actually retweeted a tweet that talked about how to buy the Libra token. And what was even more suspicious about this is that we can see that on-chain, there were a couple of insiders that started buying the token before this retweet went out, suggesting that there's still a ton of insider volume on this coin. But as always, if you want to trade this kind of volatility and make the profits we've been making, I would highly recommend that you sign up to Weeks. It's the first link in my description down below. You get a $100 bonus for connecting your phone number to your account. And if you deposit just $200 to your futures account, which you were probably going to be using anyways for trading purposes, you also get an additional $100. So that's basically $200 for free towards your trades. Make sure to sign up because this offer won't be around for too long. It's the first link in my description down below. But anyways, going back to Libra, I still think that this is a valid short, but you do need to be cautious about these scam pumps to the upside. This coin is very corrupt in my opinion, and that's why I wanted to short it in the first place. We made some nice profits, but again, if you're trading this token, make sure you're a little bit careful. And speaking of Libra and the president of Argentina, there's a little bit more news that came out regarding what he said on live TV. Now, this is of course translated, but you have to hear what he just said. Basically, he said, "I didn't promote it, I shared it. I acted in good faith and took a hit. Did the state lose money? No. Did Argentinians lose money? Maybe 4 or 5 at most. The vast majority of investors are Chinese and American. I shared this in the same way I've shared hundreds of things. My tweet came just 3 minutes after the coin was created because I'm passionate about these things and found out about it. These are volatility traders who knew what they were doing." Hayden Davis proposed creating a structure to finance entrepreneurs who, due to informality, lack funding options. When Libra became public, I helped spread the word. It's false that 44,000 people were affected, at most 5,000. The chances of there being Argentinians involved are very slim. These are highly specialized individuals in this type of financial instrument. Those who got involved knew the risks very well. They are volatility traders. This is a private matter between individuals, and they participated voluntarily. I didn't promote it, I shared it. I did it because I'm a die-hard technoptimist. Any initiative that improves financing for tech entrepreneurs interests me. I made no mistake because I acted in good faith. But when I look at the political repercussions, I realize I have something to learn. I need to understand that after becoming president, I continued acting like the same Javier Milei as before. Unfortunately, this situation shows me that I need to raise my filters and not make myself accessible. This is complete bullshit in my opinion. Even if he didn't know what he was doing, he should have at least had some kind of insight as to what the repercussions would be for so many individuals. And you can see he's flip-flopping back and forth. At the top here, he basically said that 4 or 5 people at most lost money, and then he goes on to talk about the fact that no, it wasn't around 44,000 people that were affected, it was 5,000. So you can see he has no clue what he's actually talking about here, and this is very disheartening because I was personally a fan of this president as he had such a pro-Bitcoin stance. Unfortunately, this leaves a very sour taste in the mouths of all of the investors in the crypto industry. And in the meantime, some news came out that Ben Chao, the co-founder of Meteora, actually resigned amid the allegations of financial misconduct. Since Libra, there are now investigations into potential insider trading and a $200 million extraction scheme that are underway, with Meteora and Jupiter denying any wrongdoing. If you're denying any wrongdoing, why would you resign as co-founder of Meteora? Come on. And I just can't get over the fact that Millet actually said, I didn't promote the coin, I just shared it. What do you think promoting is? I mean, if we take a look at his Twitter, he literally has, what? 3.8 million followers. Oh, I just shared it. I didn't promote it. Get a load of that crap. But in the meantime, I can't complain because it provides some solid opportunity to make money in the markets. I like trading this price action because while everyone freaks out, we're making some nice gains. And speaking of price action, something that we need to discuss is Solana. You'll remember a couple videos ago, I mentioned that if we are to lose the $190 level, Solana would absolutely nuke, and I entered a short right around the $190 level as soon as it breached it as support. Now we can see that Solana is sitting right below $170, which is a pretty huge dip of around 14%. Again, especially if you've been shorting with a little bit of leverage on weeks as I've been doing. Now, what are the next areas that I'm looking at for Solana? Well, first of all, I don't think the opportunity to short Solana is gone quite yet because there is a lot of unlocks coming. And as a matter of fact, we know now that there's 11.2 million Solana to be unlocked on March 1st, which is around $2 billion worth of Solana. We also have the FTX repayments coming out today, I believe, and so that'll naturally have an impact on the Solana price action as people try to offload their holdings. Remember that. There can always be some little pumps to the upside, but overall, ever since we talked about it on the channel where I said that Ethereum would likely start outperforming Solana just a few weeks back, I think that this will very much continue, and it might not necessarily be because Ethereum's price is going up, but rather because Solana's price is going down. So if Ethereum continues to stay relatively stable, because Bitcoin is still deciding where it wants to head next, I still think that Solana can see some lower levels. If I wanted to short Solana right now on weeks, my first take profit would be around the $155 level, because it's been a pretty significant level for Solana in the past, and I would probably put my stop loss right around the breakdown point at around $175. I think that the ROI is very good here, and so it's likely that we do move lower because, again, I'm not bullish on Solana in the short term. With all these scams going on, and especially with all the unlocks coming out, it's really not looking great for Sol. Now keep in mind, with Bitcoin dominance continuing to climb higher, as we've discussed on the channel, if Bitcoin continues to climb higher in terms of price action, it will likely drag the rest of the crypto market with it. But with Bitcoin dominance this high, if Bitcoin decides to nuke and retest lower levels, naturally coins like Solana with the worst narratives at the moment will likely get hit much harder than other cryptocurrencies. So make sure you keep that in mind if you're trading Solana. Now, I want to end the video on a positive note. What we can see here is that while everyone is currently scared, whales are continuing to buy Bitcoin. The price action is this gray line, and as we can see, the whales are really scooping up more and more Bitcoin while everyone is fearful. Then, a pretty interesting thing that I've observed is that Bitcoin has been decoupling compared to the other crypto market caps. As we can see, the black line represents the other crypto market caps, and the gold line over here represents Bitcoin. This is the first time in history where it's been so far apart, so it's just something to consider, and that's why I always go back to accumulating Bitcoin. The way I've been managing the profits made from shorting the market has been most of the allocation going into Bitcoin because, as I've discussed many times, and I will keep on repeating myself, Bitcoin will always be number one, and it's likely to be the only cryptocurrency that will really stand the true test of time. So if you're a hardcore Bitcoin believer and you believe, for example, that in a decade or 2 decades from now, we could be seeing a $1 million Bitcoin, it makes a lot of sense to keep on accumulating. Then I also hold a little bit more of a cash position recently because I have been expecting a drop in the market. And so if we do get a little bit of a bigger drop, I will be dollar cost averaging into some more high quality altcoins, hopefully in time with quantitative tightening ending. And just a quick note on the Solana trade that I'm currently in. One thing that we're noticing on the charts is that the shorts are currently covering and there are no new buyers stepping in to buy Solana on spot. And so this tells me that we'll probably be heading lower, which instills a little bit more confidence in my Solana short. If you want to join me in any of the trades that I discuss on this channel, again, make sure to sign up to Weeks. It's the first link in my description. You get a $100 bonus just for connecting your phone number to your account. And you also get an additional $100 bonus if you deposit $200 to your futures account. That can get you started on your trading journey, so make sure to join me today. It's this link, as you can see, right over here, the first one in the description down below. And that sums up today's video. Look, Solana is absolutely nuking, and we discussed it on the channel a while ago so we could prepare ourselves for these shorts. Now, I still think that shorts are valid in the current market, particularly as it pertains to Solana and maybe even some on-chain Solana coins, such as the meme coins within their ecosystem. But overall, I think the market is so brutal because it's trying to teach us a lesson. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a perma bear or a perma bull. I try to trade the price action, and as I trade this price action, whether it's long or whether it's short, I try to go ahead and accumulate more Bitcoin over time. That's the same thing that I also do with a lot of the altcoins that I've been speculating on this cycle. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. I'll see you in tomorrow's video.